Hi guys, Neil Waterhouse. In this week's video, I'll show you the top 10 things I wish I'd known when I started selling on eBay 24 years ago. For anybody new to this channel, my name's Neil Waterhouse. I've been selling online full-time for 24 years. I'm the author of $1 Million eBay Business from Home and creator of Dropship Formula. So let's launch straight into it. One of my favourite Warren Buffett quotes is, "It's good to learn from your own mistakes. However, it's even better to learn from other people's mistakes." After coaching literally thousands of people over the last 20 plus years through my books, seminars, webinars, courses, etc., you just can't help but notice the patterns of the people with the most successful businesses and the beginners making the same mistakes over and over. My hope for you for this video is to save you from wasting your precious time and valuable money making the same mistakes. The first thing that I wish I'd known when I started selling on eBay 24 years ago was from day one, automate the business so that it runs completely without you. From day one, build an exit strategy into the eBay business so it runs by itself without you. Build the business so you can sell the business down the track if you want to one day. You don't have to. It doesn't matter if you don't sell it or you do sell it. But the big advantage of doing this is you build the business from day one so that it runs without you. The second mistake I see so many new eBay sellers make is they try to be a jack of all trades. Life does not reward us for being a jack of all trades. Life rewards us for what we master. So many times I see new eBay sellers trying to juggle too many things at a time. They want to sell used items, dropship on eBay, dropship on Amazon. They want to import and sell products on eBay and Amazon FBA. They want to get into private labeling. They want to open a Shopify store. They want to learn PPC marketing, list on Instagram, Facebook marketplaces, etc., etc. But because life does not reward us for being a jack of all trades, but instead rewards us for what we master, the easiest way to get really good at something is to do more of less. That is, focus on one strategy at a time and then fully automate it before moving on to the next strategy. If you're selling new products, to generate the most revenue from each new product, each product should be listed on eBay, Amazon, and your own website like a Shopify store. And you can also import your top-selling dropship items. But one step at a time. It's all about small, continuous baby steps, as well as spending 10% of your profits on low-cost overseas virtual assistants that you can get from $1 per hour to leverage your time, automate the business, and grow the business for you even while you're sleeping. To save me a ton of emails, I'll put a link at the end of this video where you can get virtual assistants from $1 per hour. The third thing that I wish I'd known is don't underestimate yourself and your ability over time to build a large business. Most people overestimate what they can do in a short term, but they way underestimate what they can do in a longer time. If they just stayed focused on one strategy and stopped chasing the next new silver bullet. One of my favorite sayings is success comes from what and who I say no to. The fourth thing I wish I'd known is don't use overseas dropship suppliers for your eBay business. Buyers hate items arriving late. Yes, in a perfect world, you can use companies like FedEx, DHL to get items from China to first world countries like Australia, etc. in 3 business days. However, we don't live in a perfect world, and we never have, even before COVID. There is always and always has been unforeseen delays with overseas suppliers. These delays can be from customs delays in China, customs delays in a receiving country, or a multitude of other reasons including volcanic ash, bad weather, missed flights, fogged in airports, backlogs, random inspections, missing paperwork, etc., etc. Bottom line is, when items arrive late, it is your eBay account that gets defects and negative feedbacks. For that reason, we only ever use local suppliers for dropshipping. If you need more local suppliers, I'll put a link at the end of this video to a free list of over 900 dropship suppliers. The fifth thing that I wish I'd known is most eBay beginners just focus on cheap items. However, it takes the same amount of time to list a $5 item as it does to list a $200 item. Personally, I prefer to make a $50 profit on a $200 item than a $2 profit on a $5 item. For this reason, we focus only on items that sell between $50 to $2,000. The sixth thing that I wish I'd known is that the vast majority of eBay beginners all focus on small items, as they believe they're easier to ship. However, the crazy thing is, if you're drop shipping, your suppliers do all the hard work of packing, wrapping, and shipping the product direct to your customers. Again, it takes the same amount of time to list a small USB cable for $2 as it does to list, say, a bar fridge for $500. As a general rule, because most beginners all focus on small, cheap, lightweight items, there is far less competition and far more profits with more expensive and heavier items. The seventh thing that I wish I'd known is, again, the vast majority of eBay beginners all focus on items selling with free shipping. Beginners love free shipping as it's easier, and many eBay sellers only ever focus on items that have free shipping. This is good news though if you are willing to learn how to set up a rates table that automatically charges your buyers shipping based on their postcode or zip code. It's really not that hard to set up a rates table, and again, I'll put a link on the screen and below to a previous week's video that shows you how to set up a postage rates table. The good news is many of your competitors will never ever take the time to do this. The eighth thing that I wish I'd known is the power of automation to massively leverage your time. Most people, when they build an eBay business, they'll simply just build themselves a job. However, they'll rarely admit it. The way to automate is first use software whenever possible and feasible to do a task. And if a task cannot be done using software, then allocate 10% of your profits to low-cost overseas virtual assistants that, as I said before, you can get from $1 an hour. And using the 10% rule, you spend 10% of your profits each month on virtual assistants. Then as your business grows each month, so do your profits, and therefore each month your VAs work more hours than the previous month. They research and find more profitable products each month, and they list more products each month. And your business grows each month, even while you're sleeping. Leveraging your time is the ticket to quickly building a 6, 7, and 8-digit business. And just as importantly, building a business that runs without you. So you've got the time to enjoy the things that you enjoy doing like the most, like whether it's your hobbies or spending time with a family, or building another business in, say, another country. I'm not going to go into how and where to get VAs in this video, as I've done that before in a previous week's video, but again, if you missed it, I'll put a link on the screen and below. The next ninth thing that I wish I'd known is to not focus on only one niche. If you're an expert in a certain niche, or you have access to a lot of products in a certain niche, then specializing in that niche may be a good thing, but if not, then locking yourself into one niche can be like adding a massive rod to your back. When building an eBay business from scratch, the focus should be on finding and listing profitable products, not having a love affair with a product or a niche. The problem with locking yourself down to one niche is you have to say no to all the other products that are making good profits. When doing product research, you and then your VAs will continuously come across products that are making good profits and have sold multiple times in the last 30 days. But you can't sell them because they're not in your niche. This is why I encourage eBay newbies to focus on profit and not niche. The 10th thing that I wish I'd known about is INRs, that is item not received cases opened by your customers. In the industry, these are known as INRs, which is short for item not received. These are cases where customers purchase products from sellers, but the customer never receives what they order. Marketplaces like eBay and Amazon keep a very close eye on INRs to make sure buyers get what they order. They know what the average INR ratio, or item not received percentage, is for all sellers on their marketplaces. If one seller is continually cancelling sales because of stock supply issues or for any other reason, that one seller, their INR ratio, or item not received ratio, will be much higher than that of an average seller. This is why it's critical to have a sound methodology in place to automatically check yours and your supplier's stock levels, so that if you or your supplier runs out of stock of any item, your eBay, Amazon or Shopify listing goes to zero, so you don't oversell it. The good news is that these days we can fully automate this supplier inventory checking using software. So if a supplier runs out of stock, the software will automatically make your listing go to zero. And also, as soon as your supplier gets more stock, the software automatically adds more, often before your competitors realize that your supplier's got more stock. The software that we use to do this is Scarcity Manager. I'll put a link on the screen and below. If you also want to know how to increase eBay sales fast, make sure you check out this video up here. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comment section below. Until next week, stay safe, list more, sell more. This is Neil Waterhouse.